Chapter 1. Drawn out of water. This is the story of Moses from the Bible. Goshen was a little city that existed a long time ago. The city was located within Egypt's vast territory. The people who resided there belonged to a huge family of 12 tribes who had relocated permanently due to starvation. The Israelites, or Hebrews, were the name given to this family. With the passage of time, there were more Israelites than ever before. The Israelites had children, and their children had children, and it was soon impossible to keep track of them all. The majority of the Israelites lived in Egypt, which was also home to a large population of Egyptians. However, as you will see, the Israelites and Egyptians were treated in quite different ways. In any case, the Egyptian kings in Egypt were called Pharaoh and were regarded by the Egyptians as a representative of their gods. Each Pharaoh passed down his title to the next Pharaoh in line, and so it was and had always been in the ancient land of Egypt. When the Israelites first came to Egypt, the Pharaoh who ruled the land at the time was kind to them and gave them good land. Many years passed, and many Pharaoh came and went until one day, a new Pharaoh ascended to the throne of Egypt. He despised the large number of Israelites, believing that they would one day take over the land. As a result, he resolved to enslave them all. He made them work very hard from early in the morning until late at night. Even if they were exhausted, the Egyptians would not allow them to rest. Instead, they would make them labor even harder. It was a disaster. Pharaoh did all of this, yet he was still unhappy because the Israelites continued to expand in number. As a result, he chose to pass a cruel law to limit their number. If any Israelite boys were born, they were to be killed. Now, it was at this time that there was an Israelite couple who were expecting a child at the very moment that Egyptian soldiers were slaughtering Israelite newborn babies. They decided to hide their infant son, who would eventually be named Moses, because they didn't want someone to kill their lovely, wonderful child. They managed to keep Moses hidden for 3 months, but as he grew older, he didn't sleep as much and wailed more. So his parents did the only thing they could think of. They built a sturdy basket, kind of like a miniature baby boat, and wrapped blankets around the infant before placing him in some tall grass along the Nile River. Miriam, baby Moses' older sister, kept an eye on him from afar, waiting to see what would happen to him. And so it was that the basket, along with its precious content, floated up the Nile all the way to Pharaoh's palace. The daughter of Pharaoh had come to swim. While swimming, she observed the basket floating in the tall grass a short distance away. So she dispatched one of her attendants to investigate. The girl brought the basket over to Pharaoh's daughter, who noticed the infant as she opened it. He was sobbing. "What a lovely, charming little baby. It's got to be an Israelite, doesn't it?" Pharaoh's daughter exclaimed to her servants. It was at this precise moment that Miriam rushed over after seeing what had happened. "Would you like me to go find an Israelite woman to feed the baby for you?" she said. Pharaoh's daughter replied, "Yes, go find someone who can breast the baby." Whether Pharaoh's daughter knew that Miriam was the infant's sister, we cannot know for sure, but she had found him and resolved to let the child live under her protection, and so accepted Miriam's offer to find someone to come milk him. So Miriam rushed as soon as she could and told her mother.